What's happening, Hoodlum Gang? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big old end, aka the neighborhood Hoodlum. And I'm back at y'all with another video. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel and you want to become a member of the Hoodlum Gang, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, man. It's free. If you're not logged into an account, make an account so you can subscribe, homie. It's cool if it keep popping up on your feed and you keep watching it, but become a member, man. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video, leave me a comment, share the video, hit that notification bell, go on over to IG and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. You can send me stuff. I might react to it depending on what it is, which is what happened today with this video here. It was sent to me by my partner, SPI, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to bro. Actually, I think his was more so, he sent me his reaction to it. That's what it was. But sometimes people would just send me stuff and they just be like, you know, they want to get my opinion on it. And sometimes I might just give them my opinion right there and not make a video. Sometimes I make a video like this one here today. So, as you can see the title, O3 Greedo, you know, threatened or spazzed or went off on Poetik Flakko. I don't even know which way I'm gonna word it yet, but it's gonna be one of those, because that's what happened. Now, I don't really necessarily know what it was that Poetik Flakko said to make O3 get at him like that. But what I do know is Poetik Flakko has gotten very, very comfortable being disrespectful. I've been said this. He's getting a little out of line, you know what I'm saying? He's getting comfortable talking crazy. I remember AD a while ago was telling him about himself. And he was telling him like, basically like he had his back, but you putting yourself in situations by speaking on stuff and putting yourself in business where it doesn't belong. And that's 100% the truth. I know he look up to DJ Academics, and Academics has also done the same thing. You know, I don't know if it's, excuse me, I don't know if it's them just trying to make headlines, get views, for the shock value or whatever the case is. But they both do it. And Poetik Flakko, when he first got on No Jumper, he wasn't like that. Like, he would speak his mind, but he was still a little more timid, and you know what I mean? Motherfucker be like, shut your ass up. And he would, you know, but now he's kind of getting a little more boisterous and blatant with the disrespect. And I've noticed that over the last probably year and some change. And I don't know if it's Adam putting a battery in his back like, hey, man, you need to step it up. You need to do this if you're going to be on my show. You know what I mean? Because we already know he messy and how he get down. So I don't know what it is, homie. But obviously O3 wasn't going for that. That's a lot of people that wasn't going for it. Like I said, he looks up to Academics and Academics get down like that. But the difference is Academics is not in California like Flakko is. Academics is, I don't want to say he in his basement. I know that's where he started off, and that's kind of cliche to keep on saying he in his basement. He's somewhere on Twitch. You don't know where he's at. Poetik Flakko, everybody know where you at. They know where your location is at because you got to go to that building to work. You should probably tread more lightly. You should be a little bit more cautious and aware of the dangers around you. You know, all this popping it just based on some views, just because you haven't seen anyone from No Jumper get hurt yet, don't mean that it's impossible. I believe that Academics, when he step out, he probably got security with him. Even still, I doubt these security really want to put their life on the line. They probably just want to go with you, escort you wherever you're going, and make it back safely. These dudes ain't trying to get into no shootout. They not trying to get shot at. They probably really don't even want to get into a physical altercation. They want an easy check. But y'all popping in is putting more stress on it. And I don't even know if Poetik Flakko got security. I'm just saying, if you look up to that dude, you might want to follow his footsteps as far as having protection when you step out, because you rubbing people the wrong way. Like I said, I don't know exactly what he said, but I can imagine he said something out of line, because that's what he's been doing. But O3 basically was going in on him. I think it was over the phone, I believe. I don't know if, because I was listening to it at work. I was working while I didn't really sit there and watch it. So y'all gonna have to correct me. I don't know if Poetik Flakko was on the phone and O3 was at, what's that, the community or whatever AD and them show was called. I don't know if that's what was happening, or if Flakko was there and O3 was on the phone. But he basically was saying, if you was to talk like that in my face, I'd slap the shit out of you, this and that, made a bunch of threats. And then he went on to say some stuff that I just found absolutely bizarre, homie. And this ain't the first time he did this, and I'm talking about O3 Greedo. He went on to say that, I could have sworn he said California, but he might have said LA podcast. Don't speak on him or whatever. Like when the snitching stuff came out, nobody spoke on it because he from Grape, and niggas don't want smoke with Grape. Like, my mans, I don't know if you delusional, or if you just saying shit for shock value, or if you've been brainwashed to really believe that, but you can't really believe that. And I'll tell you why in a second. But basically, like I said, I don't know if he said Cali or if he said LA. I seen a few, I mean, now, podcasts, probably not. But YouTube channels, first of all, I was one of them that spoke on that. I know I'm not from LA. That's why I said, I don't know if he said Cali or LA. If he said Cali, I'm from Cali. I think Milk spoke on it. I thought Spider spoke on it, but he said in the video he didn't, and he lists the reasons why, and that made perfectly good sense. He basically was saying that O3 had went on No Jumper and said, you know, the paperwork is going to come out. He had some reputable grapes with him, so SPI kind of laid off of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call the man a snitch, but I said what everybody else was thinking. If you said what they say you said, then you foul. If you didn't, then you didn't. If you got some paperwork that shows otherwise, then hey, man, hey, present the facts and, you know, represent yourself, plead your case. But let's get back to the whole nobody want problems or smoke with Grape. Like, there's not a gang on earth that nobody wants smoke with. And before y'all weirdos start being, oh, the police is a gang, did they get killed too? They probably don't get killed at the rate as the average gang member, but the police get knocked off too. They get fired on too, so I don't want to hear that. There is not a gang on earth that nobody wants smoke with. For one, what type of gang banging are you doing if you don't have enemies? And if you have enemies, they're doing something back to you. For a nigga to say that nobody won't smoke, first of all, and I know SPI didn't want to say it, but his hood beef with Grape, or did at a point in time. I don't really know. So that's just outright lies, homie. For a nigga to say that nobody won't smoke with their hood, but every hood got dead homies, so obviously people is coming back and doing something to y'all. And don't sit up here and make it seem like y'all win every war against everybody. Nah, that's not how gangbanging work, homie. Especially when you have a real opposition. I'm not talking about some of these hoods where they hella deep and, you know, it's a few small hoods they beef with, and they, you know, in this small town or something, and they probably fucking over them. And even still, it's going to be some retaliation, but they probably getting the best of them. But when you from a hood that's big and you got big enemies and small enemies and they all coming at you and you got homies left and right, dying. And I'm not even speaking on his hood. I'm just talking in general, homie. Clearly niggas won't smoke with you. Clearly niggas is not afraid of you. If you got dead homies, or you got homies who've been shot or stabbed or jumped, which every gang does, then you got some niggas out there who won't smoke with you. Especially when you a big gang that got a lot of enemies. So it makes no sense for a nigga to just say some bullshit like that. It's like, bro, are you not thinking before you speak? Are you high? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Everybody got enemies, bro. Everybody take losses. There ain't nobody just dominating the war for the most part. When you consider everything that I just mentioned, nobody's just winning one-sided wars like that, bro. You have times where you winning, you have times where you losing. I'm quite sure O3 done been to a gang of funerals. So for him to say that niggas don't want smoke, unless you was looking at the certain LA podcasters and looking at they hoods and saying, yeah, they don't want smoke because you think you would get the best of them. But even still, homie, that don't mean nothing because you got the numbers. It just don't make no sense to me that he would say some shit like that. And like I said, this is the second time he alluded to something like that. He said that last time, I think when he was on No Jumper, and he said something like, oh, something, because I'm from Grape. Like, bro, that, and like I said, this is no disrespect to the Grapes, bro. I'm just saying, like, he's making wild statements that has been proven to not be true. Grape got a gang of enemies. Been having those enemies for decades. He got the mentality of a nigga who just joined the gang. You know when a nigga just joined, like when he's high off the mystique of his hood, and you know he probably just came around, and while he came around, his hood might be winning those wars. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of reputables out, and he's seeing it, he's infatuated. He like, yeah, like we the top. It don't kick in until you start losing niggas. And if you really from the streets, bro, you done lost niggas. So to say that don't nobody want no smoke with your hood, it's completely false, man. Like I said, Spider-Loc hood don't get along with them. He shouted out Brick Baby. There was a point in time where the 60s wasn't getting along with the Grapes. So clearly, you're not making sense. Hey, man, like I said, if a nigga said what was said, as far as him saying, oh, I didn't know, I felt like it was something in the car, and I got paid this much money to come with him, and all that shit he was doing, all that dry snitching, if that's true, you bunk. And if niggas is still standing behind that, they bunk. I don't care what a nigga did in the past. I don't care nothing about his reputation. I don't care nothing about the overall reputation of a certain community. If the community standing behind a nigga and it's proven that he's foul, they all bunk in 2024. That's how I look at it. And I don't want niggas to, oh, you're not even from LA. You don't gotta be from LA to have an opinion on some shit that's on the internet. The streets is the streets, my nigga. It's only one way to do the streets, and it's wrong. It's a million wrong ways to do the streets. That right there would have been considered the wrong way. And like I said, I'm out there all the time. I done proven to y'all. I'm out there all the time. I was just in LA and Compton. So I don't want to hear all that. I'm not one of these niggas talking shit hours away and don't never go nowhere. You got niggas who be popping it and they don't go nowhere. They stay where the fuck they at. That don't count. Hoodie Hood be outside. There's action to get at Hoodie Hood. 40 Crip, nigga. And 40 Crip is all one. So it don't even really matter. Market Street Crip, Vernon Ave Crip, Hilltop Huster Crip. You know what I'm saying? It's all one. So I don't want niggas jumping them. Oh, yeah, you way over there. Yeah, whatever. I'll be out there. And that ain't even for nobody specifically. That's just for you weirdos in the comments who be popping it like that. But anyways, man, that's how I feel about that topic right there. Poetik Flakko is out of line. O3 said he got some paperwork coming that says that he says something totally different or didn't say that at all. And I mean, if it turns out that he did say that, then I stand on what I'm saying. I spoke on it. I'm speaking on it again. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big O N, aka the neighborhood hoodlum, aka the world's most dangerous YouTuber. Yeah, that part. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.